Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to Notations of a Nappy Girl, episode 54. I do believe it's 54. I've been busy relocating, reorganizing, revamping, making some changes to some things. So I appreciate the calls, the texts, the emails, and the instant messages regarding when it was coming back. I'm sorry I've neglected my duties for the past 2 weeks. Um, what I wanted to talk about today was kind of based in part on a video I saw this morning. I mean, I had something that I wanted to talk about, but then someone sent me this video and it really moved me and got me to thinking about spirits and energy and how they attach to us. And it just seems like we can't shake them for some odd reason. Here's the thing: everybody puts out certain levels of energy. Everybody puts out certain different thought processes, and they vary from person to person. Now, the energy that you exude comes only from you. The energy that you take in, you process, and you put back out into the universe. But your energy is your own, and it's what you bring to every situation in your life. Now, there will be those rare occasions that you meet individuals, and it seems as if your energy immediately intermingles. Like it just syncs up, it links up, it just like everything just seems perfect. And that's a good thing. We will not always mesh cosmically with everybody that we come across. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I mean coworkers, supervisors, friends, lovers, friends with benefits, cuddy buddies, jump offs, wives, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, your kids, your family members. Everybody exudes an energy. And to some degree, some people you mesh with, some people you don't. Here's the beautiful thing about energy. If you do mesh with somebody, you can take that energy and nurture it. Nurture, I'm sorry, I'm tongue tied. You can nurture it, you can cultivate it to build a healthy, meaningful friendship, relationship, whatever the situation may be. For those individuals who you don't immediately mesh with, and that will happen more times than not, you can try to cultivate those energies and see if you can get them to mesh. Chances are, if you cannot, then that is somebody who is more or less seasonal in your life. Now, the video I watched this morning, it was Bishop T.D. Jakes, and it was a sermon that he was given. And something very powerful he said that just struck a chord with me. He said, God is not the author of confusion. That resonated with me. Because you see people walking around and they have their pity parties and the woe is me and why can't I find a job, or why can't I get good hours, or why can't I make the money I need to make. Here's the thing: where you are right now is where you were predestined to be right now. And I know I've touched on this in other videos, but it keeps coming full circle to me. So I guess it's something that I really need to address even more. We sit back as individuals and we covet our perceived greatness and the greatness of others as we see it. You know, we look at that big pretty house and that big pretty car and those well-mannered kids, and we try to figure out, how can I get my life to be like that? But at the same time, we don't know what the hell is going on in their house. You don't know if the daddy's sleeping with the maid, the son sleeping with the daughter, the mama sleeping with the pool boy and the uncle. You know, the dog didn't bang the cat. It's like you don't know what's going on. So how could you covet that for which you have no knowledge? That's the thing. Your life is your life for a reason. And there's a path that we're on. And, you know, you're going to hit the obstacles. You're going to hit the road blocks and the turnarounds and things of that nature, but you still come full circle to where you are supposed to be. Embrace your moments. And in embracing your moment, you will embrace your energy, which would better equip you for having meaningful energy meshes with other individuals. Because, see, if your energy is balled up and tied up and your world is constantly confused and you have no idea if you're coming or you're going, how do you welcome someone else into that nonsense? You can't. Because if they come in, they're going to be just as lost. And what gives you that right to lose somebody else who actually probably was not on a path to being lost in the first place? Now, I know I'm getting kind of excited and I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's because I get so many messages from people looking for assistance, looking for guidance, looking for a good word. And I try to give that. And I too have to temper my responses and realize I am not the answer for everybody. what I have to give, it may not be beneficial to everybody who asks for it just because of the energy. If it's not free flowing, it's easily given, but not easily received. What's the point of a message if you have no audience? That's my stance on it. So I give people what I have in me. I give them what I have to give, what I can give, what I can afford to give, because I too run on empty. And if that is not enough for them, there's nothing more that I can do. As one human being, I cannot overextend myself for the masses and then have no overextension to refill myself. It just doesn't make sense. It isn't feasible. Staying on track but going off center, TD Jakes talked about the spirits that attach to people and how you have to watch not only your spirit and the spirits that are, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, the spirits that attach to you can control to some degree if you know from whence they came. He said a lot of powerful things in the sermon, and I can't not recite it verbatim, but what he was talking about is like spirits and curses that attach to people and bloodlines. And he talked about, the spirit of addiction and things like that. And that takes many forms. It can be chemical, it could be pills, it could be recreational drugs, it could be prescription drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be cigarettes. I know. It could be sex, it could be other people, it could be emotion. Some people are addicted to affection, all those different things. And you may not have those addictions, but you may marry someone or couple up with someone who has those exact same addictions, and you may not know about them, but therefore you've brought those demons, those spirits into your realm. And now you're trying to figure out, why can't you shake this feeling? Or why all of a sudden have you picked up this habit and you don't know why? This is why I tell people communication is essential. You have to know somebody's lineage. You have to know their genealogy. You have to know where they come from to get some sort of grip on where they're trying to go, and if whether or not that's a journey that you will be taking with them. Now, I'm not big on the theatrics of modern religion. I'm not big on the hooping and the hollering and all the ha ha and all that stuff. It loses me. But there are certain fundamentals that stick out to me. And knowing oneself, as well as knowing one partner and knowing one's acquaintances, people that you have in your circle, that does resonate with me. Because I have different friends from different walks of life and different backgrounds and different circumstances, different economic statuses, what have you. And those are my friends for different reasons. They come into my life for different reasons. And though one person may not like them, oh, she too loud, she too ghetto, I like them for them. I may not like the obnoxiousness. I may not like the quote unquote ghetto-ness, whatever that means. But I like them. So I can allow them to be within my world. They don't have to live how I live or do what I do, because who the hell wants to be surrounded by exact mirror reflections of themselves? Not many people. I like me. I love the woman I see when I look in the mirror, but I don't want to marry me because I'm difficult. Yes, I know. Hard to believe. I am very difficult to deal with. But it works when there's a certain sync, when there's a certain meld, the mesh. Like I personally like to call it a transorgasmic mutation, where two energies just come together and they intermingle and they play. And I'm sorry, I talk with my hands. They intermingle and they play and they make something more beautiful. And it's like, I don't know. I look at that for all the relationships in my life, not just romantic relationships. I look at that with my friends. When I walk up to one of my friends and I say, "What up?" and I hug them, I absorb their energy. But at the same time, I give them a piece of my energy for them to take away with them. And in doing that, we feed each other's spirit. And it's not romantic, it's not sexual, it's not intimate. It's basic, it's human. It's what we do. And it's what you should do in every situation. There should be something to be taken away from every situation. Hypothetically, say you're married and you meet a new friend and you guys hit it off on every level and your energy has just meshed. And you may not be happy in your marriage, or they may not be happy in their marriage, whatever. It's not to say that your energy is meshing for the sole purpose of you guys getting together romantically. It could just be that that friend is what you need at that moment to give you some level of clarity or some level of peace. Serenity is the word that I'm looking for. It could be that maybe you just needed what they had to offer right then, and that right then may last a lifetime. And that's where restrictions and boundaries come in, because there have to be boundaries. Like when they talk about harnessing energy, energy is not meant to just flow freely. If it did, we would walk outside and there will be lightning just crackling across our face all day, every day. It does not happen because energy has to be harnessed in order to be utilized productively, in order to be fully felt. So what I want to say to people today, because I know I use like 5 different analogies to talk about the exact same thing, and that was so that I could reach every person, every mindset that may have tuned in, and I appreciate you. What I'm trying to say is know your energy, love your energy, walk your journey, but at the same time, welcome in the energy of others, but be aware of what you're allowing in and what you're putting out. So that's my thing for today. Peace and blessings, everybody. Be good. See you soon.